Natana J.DeLong-Bas is a scholar and the author of a number of books on Islam, as well as numerous book chapters and encyclopedia articles on the subject of Saudi Arabia, Wahhabism, Islamic thought and history, Islam and politics, and contemporary jihadism. Biography. DeLong-Bas was born in Pennsylvania to the family of a Christian Lutheran pastor. She graduated from Middlebury College in Vermont and went on to Georgetown University, where she earned both a master's degree and a Ph.D. In 2007 she taught at Brandeis University and Boston College. She is a former student and co-author of John Esposito. As of 2014 she was working with the King Abdulaziz Foundation for Research and Archives in Saudi Arabia on publishing parts of the Foundation's historical manuscript holdings. Views. DeLong-Bas has expressed the view that there is too much negativity towards Wahhabism in the West, and in her writings has argued that Ibn Abd al-Wahhab was not the godfather of contemporary terrorist movements but a voice of reform, reflecting mainstream 18th-century Islamic thought. His vision of Islamic society was based upon monotheism, in which Muslims, Christians, and Jews were to enjoy peaceful coexistence and cooperative commercial treaty relations. DeLong-Bas believes that extremism in Saudi Arabia does not stem from Islam, but from issues such as oppression of the Palestinian people, Iraq, and the American government's tying the UN from adopting any resolution against Israel have definitely added to the Muslim youth's state of frustration. In a December 21, 2006 interview in the London Daily Asharq al-Awsat, DeLong-Bas was quoted as stating that she did not find any evidence that would make me agree that Osama bin Laden was behind the attack on the Twin Towers. A month later in the Justice, the student newspaper of Brandeis University, she disputed the quote, stating, "Of course he did. He's the CEO of Al-Qaeda and the leader of the political agenda. All I claimed was that he didn't have anything to do with the logistics of the planning of the attacks themselves." Reception. Her book Wahhabism, From Revival and Reform to Global Jihad, received a positive review in the Washington Report on Middle East Affairs. It was also criticized by some academics, including Khalid Abu el-Fadl, professor of law at UCLA, who stated that, "I'm sad this piece of scholarly trash was published by Oxford. This doesn't qualify as scholarship, it falls within the general phenomenon of Saudi apologetics." And Professor Michael Sells of the University of Chicago, who stated that DeLong-Bas never challenges the propriety of Abd al-Wahhab's claim to absolute authority, the authority to declare the believer and the unbeliever and to impose the most severe sanctions on those he disagrees with. Author Stephen Schwartz questioned her connections with Saudi Arabia, calling her an apologist for Wahhabism. Zubair Kamar stated that she received her funding from pro-Wahhabi organizations. Further, the novelist Michael J. Barra complained that DeLong-Bas doesn't say where on earth the tolerant form of Wahhabism described by DeLong-Bas ever existed. Bibliography. Wahhabism, From Revival and Reform to Global Jihad. Notable Muslims, Muslim builders of world civilization and culture, women in Muslim family law.